Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I thought I'd come and say hello. Wish you a good day, a good Sunday. I haven't really had time to get to prepare any specific message, so I'm going to pull a few cards to offer guidance for this today and for this week that is coming for the angelic cards deck. And so the situation is love. Love is the key. Love is the source. Love is the outcome. Love is the means. Love is all. Love is really this song of the Beatles. Love is all. I think it was the Beatles. But it's true. All we need is love. Love is the solution to all things. We want to be able to differentiate between conditional love and unconditional love. We want our love to be unconditional. If love is unconditional, it needs nothing in return. We can give it without having expectation of being reciprocated or anything in common. So love does not keep score. Love does not exclude. Love heals. Love includes. And so we want to move into ever increasing octaves of love and feeling of appreciation, contentment, and gratitude. For this is the situation of love. What goes around the situation is righteousness, droiture. It's righteousness. We want to be as clear as a diamond, as clear as a crystal, to be as beautiful crystal that is loved, and that we can love ourselves and we can love the world. And so we want to align as much as possible with the law day after day to correct whatever misalignment, to move into this alignment. What we see before us is trust, confiance. It's trust. We trust. The more trust we have, the faster we'll move forward, rather than doubting. We want to trust that there is a higher plan for each and every one of us, and to surrender ourselves to our higher self, to understand we are our higher self as it comes down, and with all its lights and frequencies. In our subconscious, the distant past, we have complementarity. We are all complement for one another. Life is made of meetings and opportunities. And so now the situation we are in is wealth. It's about inner and outer wealth. It is about this gratitude for being able to reconnect to that abundance. What we're coming in the near future is humility. We want to stay humble. We're staying humble. We have no need to compete with anybody. Humility does not compete. Humility just places itself below things, and by placing itself below everything and everyone, it can possess everything. Like God is the most humble being of the universe. Yes, He possesses all things. So of course we cannot. We can aspire, but we cannot be as wise, as powerful, as loving as our source creator. But day after day, we're learning, and humility and arrogance are the same thing. It's just arrogance is the gross aspect, and humility is the elegant aspect, the sophisticated aspect of that frequency. Where we are, the strengths we have in our situation is the judgment, the new beginning, is the ability to use our sword of life to decipher, to discern. For we do not want to judge, we want to be contemplative, we want to observe, but we want to allow ourselves to look at our past with compassion, and to allow to be ready for a new beginning. What comes to us from the outside world is luck. Luck is good karma in the sense, and so to trust that and to enjoy that and to be grateful for and to be ready to be lucky and to prepare ourselves for great luck, great lucky event, lucky circumstances, lucky meetings, lucky opportunities, lucky everything to move into this acceptance that it's a little bit like when somebody is in a casino. He knows he's been winning, and so he's confidence, and he keeps winning and winning and winning and winning because he trusts that. So it's about trusting your luck, your good star, your lucky star. And what we have in our inner emotion is indulgence. We do not want to be too indulgent. We want to be merciful with ourselves, not to be in judgment of ourselves, but we want to know that we're in control, that we do not we want to be temperated, so we don't let our darker sides. We know we have this darker aspect of ourselves. We cannot deny that, but we want this darker aspect to be under the control of our lighter side, to be lucid about it, and to allow when the darker side needs to come out, it needs to than to be under the control and not so it doesn't overtake the program. And so indulgence is okay, but it's like we still want to move into to be somewhat disciplined, and the way to deal with this indulgence is forgiveness. We want to forgive ourselves for all our indulgence. For in a sense, we're only children of God learning about life on the physical plane in this planet, and everybody else is as well. So we may as well create this complete forgiveness. And the outcome will be creation. We're going to move into this sphere where the dimensions are going to fuse. We're going to move into the unity consciousness, this heavenly reality where all things are one, when all are one and one is all. As Led Zeppelin said in Stairway to Heaven, that follow the tune of the piper will lead us to reason. Insanity will come. We have to follow this, follow the tune of the universe, and then we'll move back into this alignment, and we'll have a great deal of more power in the creation of our life. Whereas the more lucid we become, the more responsibility and power is bestowed upon us. Yet it's always about being aligned with love and wisdom. The paintings behind me, this is about the light body. It's like, I don't know if you can really see it, but it's the aura of a person and his light body with the chakra system and the earth, and it's signed on the bottom right. For we all have an aura. It's good to start learning to read aura of people and to solidify our aura. It was demonstrated, the aura, the existence of the aura was, as far as I can perceive that, for everything is about perception in life, was demonstrated by Albert Einstein in the series of quanta. The quanta is the shining electromagnetic frequency that is in this series, that emanate from every atom, every particle, every being. Everything is surrounded by an electromagnetic field, and it's like a torus form. And our chakras. So we want to concentrate always on this vertical axis to align our chakras so they can ignite and become one, fuse within this pillar of light eventually. And this is a self-portrait from 2005 for this. It is an easel, painting on an easel. That was my first. It's like a signature painting. In 1987, I was living in New York City, and I started doing a whole series of oil pastels, were like very beautiful easels on canvases. So this was, and then I returned to that in 2005. For Magritte has done many of them also, and Matisse has done a few. But here it's a self-portrait, it's on an easel. There is this red table with this oil lamp, and from the oil lamp there is this genie, this kind of angelic person that comes in, and this person emerges from the canvas, and then there's the beacon, and a cosmic beacon, and there is this star above his head, so it's his lucky star above his head. Well, it's a powerful painting. It's an important painting for me, and I'm going to finish with a song and pull one more card from the Archangels. Just a song that was on the top of the pile. So it's a classic song from the 60s, I believe, from the Animals. It's called "The House of the Rising Sun." There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruins of many a poor boys, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor, she sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's all drunk. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done, to spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. I got one foot on the platform, the other on the train, And I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruins of many a poor boy, and me, I know I'm one. Well, thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. This is ours. I think it was from the Animals, or Bob Dylan sang it, and we even had a French version of that. It was called "The Doors of the Penitentiary." Well, it is a song that travels time. It's been a great hit. And so there's so much that is about to change, huh? So let us be ready, let us be in gratitude and joy and receptivity. The card of the day is about finalizing, letting go of all the sorrow and the wounds of the past. It says breaking free from the past. You will come out greater you will come out aggrandized from the situation you are living today. The time always heals every wounds, even the deepest ones. So with time we have to learn to let go of those wounds, to allow ourselves to pass through the wounds and without judgment, and to allow ourselves to be healed from the past, and to break free, and we'll come out victorious in the light. I thank you very much, and I wish you a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful week. Namaste.